when your attachment to outcomes goes down, naturally you're going to be a lighter, more fun, more joyful person who smiles more and laughs more because you realize that ultimately that's what you're here for. What are some signs to show you that you are growing spiritually? I'm not going to say that you can meditate for a long period of time, or that you have no thoughts when you meditate, or that you have spiritual and mystical experiences when you meditate. I'm not going to talk about those signs. I am going to talk about signs that I value more, and signs that are more to do with how you show up in your day-to-day life. So, what are these signs? So, number one, a sign of spiritual growth to me is when you judge people less. And the reason you judge people less is because you have compassion. You have done a lot of work in your own healing, in your own growth, and you have forgiven yourself enough. And as a result, you have forgiven others, your loved ones, a lot. And as a result, you tend to judge people less, or perhaps you judge them less harshly than you did before. Number two, and this is related to the first point, is that you are not as rigid with your beliefs. Before, let's say you strongly believe that this is good and that is bad. Now you're more relaxed about your beliefs. And these beliefs could be to do with politics. They could be to do with how a person should look or dress up or behave. They could be to do with what kind of food is good. The less rigid you are with your beliefs, the strongly held beliefs, especially if now they're becoming loosely held, or maybe you've even let go of that belief fully, I think that is a sure sign of spiritual growth. Another sign of spiritual growth would be that you are smiling more and you're laughing more. Because you tend to see that this is all an illusion, this is a game that I am in. So it's more important for you to enjoy this game than to really get sucked into the ups and downs and worry too much and overanalyze and overthinking. And so I guess these are many points in one that I just stated. So when you're growing spiritually, your overthinking will go down. Your attachment to outcomes will go down. And then when your attachment to outcomes goes down, naturally you're going to be a lighter, more fun, more joyful person who smiles more and laughs more because you realize that ultimately that's what you're here for. That's what this short human birth that you have been gifted is for, to enjoy, to laugh, to play this game of life like it was meant to be played. What else can be a sign of spiritual growth? Oh yes, you don't put yourself above others because even in the spiritual community, it's very common to see spiritual ego where you consider yourself more conscious, more awake, more evolved than other people. But I think when you realize that you're the same as everybody else, even though you may have, progressed more spiritually, or you may understand spiritual concepts more, your meditations are deeper, blah, 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 but you still have the humility to say that I am the same as everybody else. I'm not above them. And because at the end of the day, we're all God, we're all consciousness. So how can one be above others? And the same is to say that you don't even consider yourself below others. So I'm not above others, but I'm also not below others, because I think if you're thinking, oh, I am the chosen one with the worst fate, or however you justify yourself being lower than others, I think that's also a problem, because then that's also your ego trying to find a way to be special, I think. I'm sure after I stop recording this video, I'm going to come up with like 3, 4, 5 more ways that I wanted to share that I forgot, but that's okay. I'm going to end this video. I'm trying to not get too attached to my videos and what I say and what I forget to say in these videos. I'm also trying to take these videos less seriously because it's a part of life. And if I'm learning to play the game of life less seriously, it would not be wise for me to get too attached to any video either. So how about you tell me, instead of me trying to remember what were the other points, sorry, how about you tell me some signs of spiritual growth that I may have missed? And if you have any thoughts on the signs that I did share, let me know if you agree or disagree, or what your thoughts are about this.